We start with President Trump warning lots of bombs will fly if there is no deal on the table when the ceasefire with Iran expires tomorrow. Now, at this hour, Iran is casting doubt that it will even return to the negotiating table, still threatening to retaliate after the U.S. boarded an Iranian cargo ship. And while the president signals he wants a deal, he says he's in no rush to get one done. Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley has more on the White House messaging shortly. But let's go first to international correspondent Robert Sherman, who's in Tel Aviv. Robert, the president's also warning the blockade of Iran's ports will stay in place until they sign a deal.
Yeah, I mean, what you're looking at here, Markie, is that ceasefire swiftly approaches, both sides trying to keep their fingers on the pressure points that they've identified with one another. For Iran, that's the Strait of Hormuz. For the United States, that is the naval blockade. And as a result, you have the Strait of Hormuz today in that gridlock position in which very few ships are hazarding that crossing through that key water corridor, especially after we saw at least two ships being attacked there, according to the British Maritime Trade Operations Center, just over the weekend. So right now, we are at a stalemate between both of these sides. But the president says he believes in reality, the U.S. is heading into these talks in a position of strength.
We now are controlling the strait. We're not letting them to get any. They're losing $500 million a day by us blocking the blockade, blocking the strait, the Hormuz Strait.
United States Navy making one of its most ambitious moves yet. What you're looking at are still photos of naval forces surrounding the Tosca, which was the Iranian flag ship, which was fired upon, boarded, and seized by U.S. naval forces. That's just a piece of all these operations here. Total 27 ships have been turned around. Iran says they do not like this. And in fact, they view this as a violation of the ceasefire and international law, saying that this is maritime piracy and a terrorist act that is not only against the fundamental principles and rules of the United Nations Charter and international law, but is also another example of a clear violation of the ceasefire agreement. While there's such a focus on the diplomacy that is expected to take place between Iran and the United States, NewsNation has also learned from sources familiar of diplomacy taking place in Washington Thursday between representatives of the Israeli and Lebanese government to talk about possibly extending the ceasefire, but more pointedly exploring what peace would look like between these two nations. Markie?
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.